4 notebooks for your online business learning habits. So for this, you just need 4 composition notebooks or spiral notebooks, whatever notebooks you prefer. You're going to need different color pens, and then you're going to need a black pen. So I'm going to show you how you can set this up so that you can start learning online business and especially a personal brand. So follow along the writing with me to get the most value out of this video. So let's start off by seeing which notebooks we actually have here. So the first notebook is free success videos. This is mostly for YouTube learning. So if you're learning stuff on YouTube, you're going to use this notebook. The second is more advanced learning and more in detail learning. So it's going to be courses like Udemy courses or whatever online courses you use. The third notebook is market research notebook. So you want to study the target market's desires, study their struggles, and study what problems they have so that you can solve them. Very important for a personal brand. And then the fourth notebook, if you want to start social media videos, is I'm going to show you a simple system so that you can track your numbers every single day. And tracking your numbers is a good way to motivate yourself. So let's start off with the learning videos notebook. Let me show you how this is going to work. So let's start off with this. So this notebook has 200 pages. So let's say this is page 10. So you're going to start off by writing the page number. At the top here, you're going to write the video title. So let's say this video example is 4 notebooks for your online business habits. So now that you have the video title of the video that you're learning from, the next thing that you want to do is on this side over here, write today's date. So I'm going to write the date that I recorded this video. So I recorded this June 18th, 2026. So we're going to write that. And then you want to set a 20-minute timer. And this 20-minute timer is your learning timer for free success videos for the day. And then you want to get some color pens, and you're going to use these color pens for your notes. So like for here, you could say use 4 composition notebooks. Maybe another note you could take from this video is track your numbers. So as you can see, using different color pens for your notes is way better than just using one black pen. So that way it gets more organized. Now look at this. Let's say when you're learning from videos on YouTube, let's say you didn't finish the video that day. What you could do is you come back the next day and then you can finish the video. So like 4 notebooks for your online business habits or whatever video you're learning from. And then what you do is you write tomorrow's date and use a different color pen. Each line of notes needs a different color pen because that way it increases readability and you can scan your notes a lot better. So that's how you take notes from the free success videos. Now let me show you how you can do this with your courses. It's a little bit different, but it's still very simple. This is the outline for the courses. So what you're going to do is at the top, you're going to write the course title of the actual course. And then what you're going to do is write the lesson title. And then you're going to write the page that you're on for the notebook, today's date, month, day, year. And then you're going to take notes again like the free success videos. And then what you're going to do for the courses is set a 20-minute learning timer. You can change this if you want, but you can keep it simple. You can do 20 minutes, 10 minutes a day. Just make sure you're constantly learning. Now let me show you how you can do this with studying your market. This is going to be interesting. So for this notebook, at the top you're going to write the page number that you're on. So for example, let's say page 60. And then what you want to do is over here, write today's date. So page number and today's date. And then what you want to do is get a color pen, and depends on what niche you are for your brand. So let's say for me, since mine is productivity, I'm going to write this. And then what you want to do is this is for book reviews. So like Amazon, for example. And then what you could do is this. Over here, you're going to write the book title that you want to study in your niche. And then for this, I'd recommend going to the reviews and looking at 1-star and 5-star reviews. So the first thing that you're going to write is 1-star reviews. So the niche, the book title that you want to study, the reviews, and then 1-star reviews. And then the next thing that you need is you need a different color pen for this. And then you're going to want to write a complaint or struggle that they have. So you fill that out. And then over here, you're going to use a black pen for this. Is you're going to write the amount of people who found this comment helpful. So let's say a review, let's say 10 people found it helpful. So to keep it simple, put 10 in parentheses like that. And then this is where you actually can get value from this. So you have the struggle or complaint that that person has from that book in your target market. And then what you want to do, you're going to want to write my takeaway. So this is the lesson that you learn from that. So maybe it's something that you can improve. Maybe it's a problem that you can solve maybe in your personal brand, stuff like that. But now let me show you for the 5-star review. So for the 5-star review, it's the same thing. Productivity, the same book title, but this is 5-star reviews you're looking at. So this is going to be something that the book did right. Maybe if you want to write your own book, maybe the reviews are saying the book gave me examples, the book gave me clarity, the book knew exactly my problems, the amount of people that found that comment helpful, and then your takeaway from that. So this is studying your market to see how you can improve. Now let me show you how you can use Reddit for this. Okay, check this out. So for Reddit, you can either do one or two of these. So let's say you start off with just one. So Reddit, your niche, and then what you want to do is you want to look through the Reddit posts and see what people are saying. So a question they may have or a struggle they may have, the amount of votes I got, and then your takeaway. So if it's a question that they have, maybe you can solve that question in your brand or in your videos. And then the fourth notebook I'm going to show you today is how you can track your social media stats. So if you want to start social media, this will help you. So this is the paper. So social media stats. So Facebook, you're going to write the time posted, the amount of likes that got, your total followers that day, how many plays and reach that got, or views. And then for Twitter, you're going to write the time you posted, the amount of followers you had that day, how many unique views that got, impressions, likes, reposts, saves, and comments. And then for Instagram, write the time you posted, the followers, views, likes, comments, shares, saves, and average watch time. And then for TikTok, time posted, followers that day, total account likes, the amount of views that video got, likes, comments, shares, and saves. And then for YouTube, the time you posted, the amount of subscribers you have that day, and the amount of views that you got. And then you go write the total followers and subscribers on all platforms combined. So for example, let's say 401. And then you're going to write plus or minus growth from yesterday. So maybe you got +5 total or -3 total. And I would recommend doing this with just one post a day, even if you post multiple times a day per platform, just to keep it simple so you don't overtrack stuff. Now, there are more notebooks that you can use for a personal brand, but to keep it simple, just start off with these 4 notebooks today. Let me know in the comments below if you want me to show you more notebooks that you can use for your business habits or whatever habits that you want to start.